welcome to CareSmarts 360 on air, home care podcast. I'm Dennis Gill, Senior Sales Consultant at CareSmarts. So, to all the art adventurers and wellness warriors out there, this is an episode you don't want to miss. I'm beyond thrilled to introduce a true creative visionary, Mary Beth Flynn, the ingenious owner and founder of Artfully Aging LLC. So, just to give you a quick overview about Mary, Mary's vibrant watercolor world isn't just about painting beautiful house portraits, although her nationally acclaimed work over 25 brilliant years tells quite the tale. It's about igniting creative sparks in seniors across all care settings. So, with a person centered, holistic approach, Artfully Aging offers a full menu of watercolor projects paired with dynamic train the trainer videos, empowering caregivers and seniors alike. Whether you're joining one of her lively in person sessions in St. Louis or exploring her ready to paint projects and digital how to videos online. Her program is designed to unlock the creative potential in every participant. So prepare to dip your brush into a palette of inspiration as we explore the transformative power of art in senior care. Let's paint a picture of wellness and together stay tuned for Creative Magic. Welcome to the podcast, Mary.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Same here. So I hope this session would be really helpful for our listeners, and they will definitely learn more about you, your agency, your way of working, and it would definitely encourage them to work in such a manner that way you're doing it. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So straight away, let's start with the first question for you. So Mary, what
Okay.
inspired you to blend watercolor art with senior care, and how did Artfully Aging LLC come to life? I'm also very eager to know about it.
Okay, great. Well, okay, I'll try to keep it short because it
Yeah.
could be a long story. But so I've been a lifelong artist ever since I was a little girl, and I had some entrepreneurial tendencies, leanings, even back in childhood.
Okay.
And I majored in design in college as thinking that would be the most practical way to go rather than just straight fine art. I majored in interior design. I worked in commercial interiors for several years.
Okay.
And then became a stay-at-home mom and with little children. And I started working as a freelance artist.
Okay.
And developed a house portrait business. So that would be about 30 years ago. I developed I do original watercolor house portraits by special order, working from photographs. And I developed that and got national coverage. I marketed and sold nationally, got photos, but that only photos in the mail back then. They weren't sending them digitally.
Okay.
So at any rate, I did that and developed that. I honed my watercolor skills. I'm highly skilled in watercolor. And then the recession of 2008, maybe through 11, hit.
Yeah, through the middle. Yeah.
I had to scurry and recreate myself, reinvent myself. The house portrait business is a high-end gift market, and it really took a hit during those years. So I found myself with several part-time jobs, and one was a home caregiver for a home care company, part-time. One was a floral designer. One was an architectural firm. I had a whole myriad of jobs, and I also now had a burning desire to do something more meaningful. And maybe go back to school and get an MSW and work in social work or something of that sort. But anyway, I really didn't have time for that, time or finances. So I had these little jobs and I was waiting for my stars to line up to say, okay, I'm going in this direction now. And lo and behold, they did. I also got a little gig at an adult day center doing art programming. So along with the home care gig, I put together, I thought I could do something really meaningful with an art program for older adults.
Okay.
So, and I know watercolor like the back of my hand. So I'm going to do it in watercolor. So there you
Okay.
go.
Okay. Good to hear. That's a very inspirational story, I would say. And how does your person-centered, holistic approach influence the way seniors experience and benefit from the art?
Okay, so Artfully Aging's philosophy is that everyone is an artist,
Okay.
no question. Okay, we
Okay.
all have creative tendencies and juices that just want to get out. And uh, most people that I work with, the older adults of every care level, have uh, they're afraid, they're
Hmm.
intimidated. We say we're
Okay.
going to have watercolor, and they're like, oh, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But Artfully Aging is very accessible. I have designed the program so it's accessible to all.
Okay.
Everyone can realize some success, and my hope is that they will experience what it's like to be the artist who they already are.
Okay.
And most people are not professional artists,
Hmm.
and even a high percentage of even older adults have hardly done any art at all in their lifetime.
Okay.
So the approach is that this is for everyone, and we are going to find your own personal creativity in the process.
Oh, okay. 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 Nice to hear about that. And can you share a memorable breakthrough or a success story from one of your in-person water care sessions in St. Louis? If you could just shed some light on that.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I have a few.
Ah,
So,
surely, surely. Please, please, please. We would love to hear that.
I have had a couple, two women in particular that I worked with. One lived in a community, well, they both lived in communities. One was in more skilled nursing, and one was in independent living.
Hmm.
And I did art with one in a one-on-one basis. So
Okay.
I would go to her apartment and do it with her. And the other one lived in a community, so we were in a group setting. At any rate, both of them really found a lot of joy in doing art and didn't really know that they, again, like I was just saying, they had any creativity in them or
Okay.
artistic talents. And they came out. But the thing that I loved the most was they had both lost their husbands. So they
Uh-huh.
were no longer with them. And every time we created something, they said, oh, I wish Bob was here, he would be so tickled to see what I'm doing now.
Okay.
And she would invite me to her room, the lady in skilled nursing, and she had arranged all of her artwork on the wall, and it just gave her so much life and joy. So
Hmm.
it was a great experience. So that kind of those kinds of experiences. I had one woman say, I never did art before. I went to a Catholic a Catholic parochial grade school, and all they gave us were crayons. And
Uh-huh.
so she had never watercolored ever, and she told that story every time she came to the group. So it was
Okay.
fun. We had a fun time. Yeah.
Oh, good to hear that. You must have had some great experiences on that, yeah? Okay. And what,
Absolutely.
yeah. So what challenges have you encountered while adapting art programming for diverse senior care settings, and how have you overcome them?
Okay, so maybe a few challenges. So, I started out years ago, 16 years ago, I was working part-time for a home care company as a caregiver. So I have
Hmm.
that experience.
Okay.
And then when I started Artfully Aging, I really was laser focused on senior living communities and
Okay.
contracting with them and going in and then I would do and we still do here in St. Louis,
Hmm.
uh, art sessions with their groups of their residents.
Okay.
Now, and I was no longer involved with home care
Okay.
until more recently again. And the woman that I cared for when I was working for a home care company had Alzheimer's, and I did art with her, and her family came to know about my art skills and, wanted me to do art with her. It was very important to them and appealing to the family that I would do art with the client. So I had that experience with her. And lo and behold, that same person ended up moving into a local community where I was then later doing art programming. So it was funny. She showed up again. Mm-hmm. And so where I'm going with this is there is a difference between home care. One of the main differences between home care and senior living communities is that senior living has a whole life enrichment or / activity department where they plan meaningful, engaging activities that are to try to provide, creative stimulation, all of that. Mm-hmm. Whereas home care, that's not really part of the offering.
Okay.
So much. Well, and definitely not as a standard.
Okay.
So I spent the rest of my time focusing on senior living communities. And so then COVID hit and I launched an internet side of my business, which I would like to say a few words about.
Surely, surely.
And so now we offer an internet side where communities and home care companies and caregivers and individuals, just like you said in your intro, can go on my website and go to a menu of projects and order ready to paint projects and then gain access to how-to videos.
Okay.
When I launched that side of my business 4 years ago, I was laser focused again on senior living.
Okay.
And since then, in the last 4 years, it's become very clear that senior living is part of my market, but there are also a lot of other segments in the whole senior space who could use my program. So my challenge has been to find out how to market to them. I had to kind of really pull out all the stops, change my language, my nomenclature, so I could appeal to all of the different sectors of the senior space. So senior living, home care, senior centers, adult day, the whole gamut, because this is beneficial for all. And it's very accessible and easy to use. So that has been one of my challenges.
Oh, okay. But you did overcome that, yeah?
Well, I'm overcoming it, I'll say.
So overcoming it, okay.
I'm in the process.
In the process. Yep, that process. Good to hear that.
And for home care, it's a great service. It's added value. It's a great addition to a care plan, someone's care plan, to have creative, engaging activities going on also.
Yeah, definitely. That is a very good point. That is a
so how to reach the home care sector is one of my challenges right now. Because I know that the home care industry is a growing industry and that most people want to age in place at home.
Definitely. It is a very growing industry and growing at a very rapid pace, I would say. And there are, many agencies, because I've been experiencing this for the past 5.5 years, as I told you. And we see many new agencies coming up every month. We see new agencies coming up. And obviously, the existing agencies are there. They have been working for so many years. Yeah, definitely. This is a very plus point. And our listeners will be aware of that. And it would definitely help them. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay, and lastly, looking forward to the future, how do you envision senior care evolving, and what role do you see art playing in enhancing the wellness and quality of life for older adults?
Okay, well, I think it's become common knowledge now. Studies have been done about the benefits of creative engagement for older adults, for every level of care. It is a known fact that creative engagement of any sort, so watercolor, is very beneficial. The benefits are relaxation, and socialization, whether it's in a home care setting or a community, because when you have two people makes a community. So if it's a caregiver caregiver and a client engaging in creative activity, that can be socializing right there. And create a kind of relationship bond that you can only get through engaging in that creativity. The other benefits are creative engagement, cognitive stimulation, a sense of pride and accomplishment. So all of those benefits are what make our program therapeutic. So we call it a therapeutic art program.
Okay.
It is not art therapy. Art therapy is something a little bit different with a licensed therapist.
Okay.
I am an artist, and I have developed my program to be beneficial for older adults of all skill sets and care settings. So,
Okay.
so I think it's going to be growing, a growing awareness of and a need for it, that it is very beneficial. I think studies have shown that, you know, people who engage in creative stimulation may need less meds. And report higher relaxation. So it's a holistic approach, and it's never about right or wrong or doing the art projects, you know, in exactly the way we say. It is not about that at all. It's about finding your own personal creativity and relaxing into it. And we have several projects to choose from, and they're for all care levels. So.
Got it. Yeah, definitely. This looks a very interesting thing for me, interesting feature. I would say definitely I would heard it for the first time and I really find it very interesting. And our listeners would also find it very interesting, and maybe they would be contacting you and having a word with you. And because we will be sharing it this session on our page, and where we have home care agencies with us, and the owners, they can be aware of that. And definitely it might be helpful for them too. Yeah.
Great. Well, we'd love to hear from them all and serve as many people as possible, right?
That's our motto. Okay. So thank you, Mary, for sharing your expertise today. And I will definitely say a very enlightening session, and it must be for our listeners too. So, and to our lovely audience, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Dennis Gill signing off. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you very much.